Deep in Kelantan, Malaysia, there's this incredible legend. It's so tangled and fascinating, it honestly feels like something out of a myth. It's one of those stories that weaves together a sacred temple, a truly formidable monk, and a tiny little amulet that's said to hold immense power. This is the legend of Wat Uttaramaram, and you'll see that to understand any single part of it, you really have to understand the whole story.
So it all really kicks off with this title, a name that's spoken with just so much respect. The King of Pidta. Now that name, it doesn't just refer to a famous monk. No, it's completely tied to the powerful amulets he created. You literally can't separate the man from the object. And the most famous of them all? The Phra Pidta, a small, sacred object with a massive story behind it.
And that brings us to the big question, right? Why this amulet? What is it about this small artifact that makes it one of the most sought-after spiritual objects in all of Southeast Asia? Well, here's the thing. The answer isn't just in the object itself. To really get its power, we have to start with the man who made it. His name was Luang Pho Khron, but pretty much everyone in history knows him by the title he earned, Tok Raja. And believe me, to understand the power of the amulet, you first have to understand the man.
Okay, so let's break it down. Born way back in 1876, Luang Pho Khron's life was one of just incredible influence. After he re-established his temple in 1925, a huge moment comes in 1945. This is when the Sultan of Kelantan himself grants him that revered title, Tok Raja. He passed away in 1962, but his legacy, as we're about to see, it's arguably stronger today than it ever was.
Look, Tok Raja was no ordinary monk. Not even close. He was a master of the spiritual arts, blending these ancient Malay Bomo and Siamese shamanic traditions. The legends about him are wild. They tell of his invulnerability, his command over tiger spirits, and his power to exorcise demons with his famous Tongkat wands. But get this, he wasn't just this all-powerful benevolent figure. He was known for a very erotic temper and super strict discipline. That intensity was seen by a lot of people as just a manifestation of the raw power he was channeling. He was a figure of immense respect, and for some, maybe even a little bit of fear.
So how does a monk even get a title like Tok Raja? Well, it wasn't just handed to him, it was earned, through a miracle. The story goes that the Sultan of Kelantan's daughter was hit with this powerful black magic curse, and nobody could break it. When every other healer had failed and all hope seemed lost, they called for Tok Raja, and he did it. He cured her completely. In this incredible show of gratitude, the Sultan bestowed upon him the title Tok Raja, an honor that basically cemented his legendary status across the entire land.
Of course, a man like this, you just can't separate him from the place he called home. So let's turn to the temple itself and see just how profoundly it was transformed by his presence.
I mean, talk about a total transformation. Back in the day, the temple was called Wat Bang Sae, and it was a remote, pretty tough place to be. We're talking deep in the jungle, reportedly plagued by devilish spirits, and you could only even get there by boat. Fast forward to today, and Wat Uttaramaram is this serene beacon of tranquility, drawing visitors from all over the world who are looking for a little bit of solace. And that change? It's a direct result of Tok Raja's power and his presence.
And this is where it all comes together, right? The creation of the amulet itself. It wasn't born in a time of peace. It was forged in a moment of absolute crisis and desperation. This is where the legend really gets its fire. Okay, picture this. It's the darkest days of World War II. The Japanese army invades Malaya. People in Kelantan were terrified, and they turned to the one person they believed could protect them, Tok Raja. His response? He created his very first batch of Phra Pidta amulets. And how many did he make? Just 99. That's it. Each one a painstakingly handcrafted vessel of pure protective power. So what is a Phra Pidta exactly? Well, the name literally translates to monk covering eyes. That image is symbolic. It represents turning away from all the worldly evils, the dangers, the distractions. The whole idea behind the amulet was to shield its holder, to let them navigate a really dangerous world while staying focused on a righteous path. So this protection, it was said to stand on two main pillars. First, there's Clow Clud, which is basically the power to be shielded from all kinds of danger, all of them. And second, there's Kongkrapan, which is the legendary power of, well, impenetrability, making the wearer impervious to physical harm.
These two qualities are what made the amulet so legendary during the war, and it's what cemented their fame ever since. But this isn't just some old story from the history books. Nope. The story of Tak Raja and his amulets is a living, breathing heritage that is still going strong today at Wat Uttaramaram. That very same temple that Tok Raja fortified is now this amazing, thriving center for Buddhist learning and meditation. It's truly become that beacon of tranquility we were talking about earlier, attracting people from all across the globe who come to soak in its peaceful vibe and connect with its incredible history. So if you're thinking of visiting, the temple's located in Pasir Mas, Kelantan. It's known for this really serene atmosphere and a cool blend of architectural styles. Just a heads up, this is a real, active place of worship, so dressing modestly is essential. It's still a vital hub for the community, carrying on the exact work that Tok Raja started almost a century ago. So, when you really think about it, that little Phra Pidta amulet is so much more than just an object, isn't it? It's the physical link between a legendary figure, the sacred place he transformed, and a history of giving people hope when they needed it most. It's a story of power, of faith, and it's been passed down now through generations. And that kind of leaves us with this one last thought, this one big question. When you look at the legend of Tok Raja's amulet, what truly gives an artifact its power? Is it the incredible, almost supernatural abilities of its creator? Is it the dramatic life-or-death history it was born from? Or is it the unwavering faith that people, even today, continue to place in it? Maybe the real magic is that it's all three, all at once.